Okay, and then if I exit, so that exists there, and I want to do this again. Uh-oh. Wait, why are you so different? Weird. If I go word at a time, that wow, okay. Well, that's a thing I didn't. Oh, but okay. So if I come here, now I can go word. Okay. So that's what I wanted there. Okay. So oh, this is gonna be fun. All right, so let's just grab all of you. Oh, you even came with the extra lines. Oh, that sucks. Okay, so we have our Docker PSA, we have our container ID image, command, created status, and ports. Okay, so I'm gonna need to move this all into one thing, but okay, so I created, here's the minutes ago one. And it's always ID first. This is, okay, so I delete from here. Let's get okay, Ubuntu. Okay, so if I remove stuff from the command, Okay. It won't be exactly the same on other systems, but like this should be a little bit better. Zellij, do you want to come hang out? Hi. No? Zellij here. Pet the cat. Well, we're petting the cat anyway, so thank you for that, Blah. Oh, I need to. Here. Oh, are you done? Okay, we have a cat hanging out. Cat tax is due. All right, that's what Zellij said. Okay, so we have this. So, we have two different containers. Jim, hello. You were AFK for a while. House chores. The course prep is done, and we're now actually writing the course. So we're several articles in. Things have been going decently fast. So Docker is a pretty fun course to make. Let's see. The names don't have meaning. Is it an argument or an option? I think it's the argument. Zellij is looking cute. Yeah, he is super cute. Nope, no. There you go. Okay. All right, so that looks good. So now we have a Ubuntu container going in there. There we go. Okay, so we have the name. So we've now listed the containers. Oh, it's an option. It's an option, probably. Okay, as we've seen, the -a option will set the will show us all of the running. So all of the containers, regardless of their status. Okay, I think this one's done. One of the issues I've seen is a lot of students internalize the idea that they're a low performer, and I was wondering if you had thoughts on the reality of situations like that. I think that it's more than just students. It's also employees across everything. And it's I think there's like a lot. I think there's a lot of reasons and a lot to sort of unpack in there. And every single person, it's going to be you have to like approach that from an individual point of view, because there's no one size to management. Like I can't just say, okay, do this, and this, and everything will get better. If that was true, then we would have, like, basically everything would already be fixed. And it's like, we know management is hard, ergo people are bad at it and are trying to constantly look for ways to make management more efficient. And in reality, what you need to do as a manager is like get to know every single person on your team, like from an individual point of view. Like, who are they? What drives them? Why? What is their why in life? And sometimes they don't have it, right? Like some people have literally been taught that they're not important, which sucks. And it's horrible. And so what we can do is we can help them through that and to realize like what they really want to do. And that ignites like a passion. That ignites like a lot of things. And then they can realize like, you can like help them through it. And now sometimes it's like, no, just do this. Like, trust me, it'll work. Do it. That's like oftentimes it's like senior developers. We have to tell like a junior developer, okay, I know you don't really believe that small pull requests and like putting that into like the main branch at the end of every day and like doing, making sure that good descriptions are, I know you don't believe that. Do it anyways. And this is an order. This is not an option. This is an order. Like autonomy only works if you actually know what you're doing. And so, but by going through that, then they'll start to see like, oh, wow, I did like 10 times more last week than I've ever done in my life before. And then it'll be like, oh, okay. I guess I am a high performer. But you can only get there through like having them do it. Just SML, hey Dan, how's it going? Just SML, or Dan, is one of my mentors / ex-coworkers. I've worked with them a while ago. You made it to a stream, I know. It's great. How are you doing? We have seen some shit. Yes, we have. We have seen some shit. We've done good stuff. That's true. I guess high performance can often be a backwards looking metric. It definitely is. It's not easy to understand why you necessarily have high performance once you get there. But like, if you're a good leader and you're able to see the system and you're able to like set it in place, you can have like ideas of like what can help it and what can hurt it. They just need more encouragement and positive reinforcement learning. Maybe. This is where it comes into like the personal stuff. It like there could be so many things that are getting in the way of high performance. And as a manager, it's your job to like figure out what that is. And then get stuff out of their way. Like, I'm a really big believer in servant management. So basically, I'm not there to have them serve me. I'm there to serve the team and make sure that the team can do what they need to do. The meetings will continue until morale improves. Basically, the American default. That, unfortunately, that's the kind of manager that you're probably going to get. And they only know that because that's what they've ever dealt with. For CS students, they often get financial pressures that prevent them from avoiding exploitation. That is very, very true, especially if you went to a larger university that charges literally an arm and a leg, and you are now in debt for a good portion of your life, which is it's hard. It's really, really, really hard, and it sucks. And the getting to a place where you can afford to be fired is the best way to then not be fired, ironically. It's super ironic the way that is. So I would love to be able to say like a blanket statement that it's a bad deal for folks from working families, but like sometimes college is the only way that they're going to get what they need to. Again, it's like it's a situational dependent type thing. So it's a yes and no, maybe yes, maybe no. It's like so I think that colleges are basically charging extra because they can, not because it's good. And I don't like colleges because of that. I think that those of us who don't need to go to college should not go to college. I went to college, so I can't like not go anymore. I can't like go back in time and prevent myself from going, unfortunately. If you don't need to go and you can still have a great life, I wouldn't recommend it. And let's just bleed the colleges until they start charging an appropriate amount. Degrees open doors that might otherwise be closed. Yes, they sometimes do. But you still need to choose the right door to walk through. So if you are a college graduate and you're up to your eyeballs in debt, you can still get into a point where you're not afraid of being fired, usually by upping your skills, right? Like if you can upgrade your skills to a point where you will not where you know that you can get another job. In fact, if you like network like crazy and you have like good network and you have people that are like willing to hire you and interview you, and you have on top of your loan repayments, you also have enough money to survive for 3 months, 6 months, then you will be able to go to your manager and have those difficult conversations to say, to talk to them. You'll be able to make meaningful change in your companies. But if you don't have that, the only thing that you can really do is get to that point. So putting in extra hours at your job isn't actually going to protect you and make it so that you're not like fireable. Because as we've seen over and over again, companies do not care that you spent like 20 extra hours a week, 30 extra hours, 40 extra hours a week. It doesn't matter because they will still lay you off potentially. And protect, like we have to be able to protect ourselves to make meaningful changes in our lives. Anyways, again, I have feelings about everything. Okay, so right now we don't have any, so no containers would display. Okay, so I think list Docker containers is done. Okay, so what would be next? And then next week we'll continue from this point. Okay, so we have list Docker containers. So I probably want to delete. Oh, we probably need stop a container. We probably need like stop a container and let's do delete a container next. Okay, so we have deleted Docker container. And then, okay, so then we want to maybe run a Docker container in daemon mode. Stop. Okay, then we can connect to a running Docker container. Okay, and then this will be everything for the getting started with Docker. So we'll run through those, and then we can plan for and then figure out deving with Docker, and that'll be good. So let's see, what did I miss? Companies would prefer to keep folks who make it seem easy. I'm with blah. What do you mean? What do you mean by that, Dan? Even in hustle culture, it's better to make it seem like it all comes easy. Those 3 side hustles, oh, they barely take a few hours a week. Oh, yeah. So like basically another way to say it is that this is a mind trick, by the way. So like I'm full of like sort of knowledge about like little psychological tricks you could do. I've always like sort of tongue-in-cheek called it mind control, but it's really just like sort of understanding how like perception happens from other people. If you don't ever panic or if you don't show your stress in like a physical way, then you're going to be perceived as someone who can handle more. Even if you can't, they're going to perceive you as handling more. Which can actually help. Like, for example, just like what Dan is saying. If you let them know you're working 100 hours a week, the next fuck up will be judged to you being bad at time management or money management or too unreliable. That's unfortunately very true. It's like, I'm working 80 hours a week. Some managers will be, that's great, until something happens. And then they're going to say, oh, you are working 80 hours a week. Guess who gets thrown under the bus? The person who's not in the room when the manager gets into trouble. Unless the manager is good at their job. Which again, we've already sort of established that most managers aren't. So you can't rely upon your manager to be there for you when you're not there with them, unless they've proven that they're good already. What about copying files between a container and a host? Yes, that's a good one. Let's add that in. And oh, there's a new Docker watch thing, which I've heard about in the new version of Docker, but I haven't played with. So that could be really good. Interesting. I haven't thought about how taking on too much work throws you under the bus as a developer. It's the thing where you're lauded. So like CEOs do this thing, which I don't agree with, but they do it all the time. It's not just CEOs, it's all managers. I probably shouldn't say all managers. Many managers do this thing where they congratulate and reward through talking. overwork, where they'll say like in like a team meeting or an all hands or something like that, they'll say, oh, hey, you know, I don't know, Dan, you know, Just SML was working 80 hours last week to fix our authentication system. So everybody give a hand for Dan. And what they're really doing is they're encouraging you to do more. They're encouraging everybody to do more, because now they're saying, hey, I'm only going to recognize you if you do above and beyond to the point where it's dangerous. You have to hurt yourself for me to like acknowledge you. However, if you're also tired while doing that work, what's going to happen? You're going to make more mistakes when you're working those 80 hours a week. And you're basically rewarded for it until a problem happens, and now you're like on the short list of people to blame for it, even if it's not your fault. It's not good. Port mapping would be the other. Yeah, so I have exposing ports, which is going to be port mapping type things. We literally had a formal 20-minute session where we had to praise extra work weekly. Oh no. Okay, I'm so sorry. That is so as a manager, oh man, that sucks. Oh, Jim, you had asked me about the coding game stream again, and I think there's like twice now that I forgot your things and you're using the mention. So sorry about that, twice. Yes, tomorrow we're gonna go do coding game. We're gonna try out the fall challenge. So I'm basically doing three streams of like, and then we're doing one full thing for each stream. So Monday is a project. Tuesday, today, is course creation, and then Wednesday is gonna be fun. We're gonna do fun stuff. Usually gaming with code, but we might also do art with code in the future too. I have a lot of plans. It's gonna be great. So yeah, that's tomorrow. Yeah, so watch out for martyr hero culture. It is dangerous. People is working for a religious nonprofit and is happening to them so hard. Yeah, it's remember also what I was saying about cost centers, and like a lot of companies like don't see the IT side as a profit center. So what happens if they perceive you as being in a cost center, and then you also were the last to touch something that cost the company money? It's like, it's fairly obvious what you're supposed to do if that was really truly the actual situation. The problem is, of course, that they're wrong, but that's a different thing altogether. You've seen some art with code, music with code, live coding stream. Yeah. So that's going to be the Wednesdays. Wednesdays is going to be fun stuff. So I think tomorrow we're going to do all coding game, just all day for one the new fall coding game, and then probably just do that for one day, unless I don't get like very far in it. If I like, basically it's just gonna be whatever I feel like, right? Like I'm gonna go with the game for as long as I want, and then we'll just go to another game, and either we'll go to finality with it or not. I'm gonna take it as my fun day where we're just sort of relaxing, but with code. All right. So let's see. Gee, let's take the co-pilot. Well, now we have a co-pilot, so I don't know who's going to take that. If AI is going to be able to take the fall for us, because AI doesn't have feelings and like we could just recreate the exact same AI afterwards, that would actually help a lot. But I don't think AI, I think it's going to be the opposite, that people will take the fall and then they'll try to use AI to replace, and it's like, that's not going to work for a while. And even then they'll still need us to run the AI. All right. Those are all completely different topics that we can probably have very long conversations about, and it would be a lot of fun. Okay, so as I mentioned, tomorrow the plan is to start again the same time as today, so 9 a.m. Mountain Time, and we're gonna play coding game, and we're gonna go as long as we can. So today we made it 6 hours. We made it 6 hours, which is really awesome. And then tomorrow, I don't know, it's coding, it's usually harder on the brain, so we'll see. I'm guessing it might be 4.5 hours or so, but we'll see how it goes, and hopefully it'll be fun. We have 13 people here on Twitch, so I'm gonna go ahead and send you all over to CM Griffin. Oh yeah, I definitely am taking the rest of the day off. CM Griffin. I misspelled that. There we go. Okay. All right. So anyways, everybody have a great rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow if you want to hang out for some coding game fun. And otherwise, the stream bot is going to go into members only mode in YouTube until like it's scheduled to go live, which is I think in like a week and a day or something like that. So with that, have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye.